Yeah, this weekend is one I've been looking forward to for a while. I mean, we've got a great group of throwers going to Oklahoma. We've got a great group of long triple high going to California, and all the rest are going to Florida. And it's just going to be an incredible meet. I'm calling this one the mini national championships. So it's going to be some fabulous schools at all of them, and really great competition.
What does these three different areas have that will push the athletes so far?
Well, it's weird. This weekend, I think everyone in April looks for weather. So they're either going to California or to Florida mainly. And then we're Oklahoma's where Big 12 is. So our throwers want the opportunity to go throw in that wind there. So I think it's just, we have to go where the best people are running, because that's where we kind of size up where we are, but also just to get these kids the great competition that they need. So those two meets especially afford us that privilege, really.
With the team being separated, where are you going, and how does your time get divided and your phone bill go up higher?
Yeah.
Because you're having to check in on everyone else?
Well, I'm going where the 800 meter people are, and the biggest group. I coach the 800, and they're going to go to Florida. So, and we have a small group at Oklahoma and a small group in California. So the biggest group is Florida, to go to Gainesville. So that's where I'll be.
You guys were in this meet last year, and now you're going back again. What is it about this meet that maybe brings out the best in your athletes here?
Yeah, I mean, Moad ran 143 in the 800. I think Terrence ran 10-0 in the 100. We had some fabulous marks. The weather was really good when we lucked out. It rained on Friday, but then on Saturday it was just gorgeous. And I think Thursday the rain's going to hit supposedly, and then in the 80s with 5 to 10 mile an hour winds is what they're forecasting. So really, when you get that kind of good weather and that kind of heat, you're just going to see some great performances, especially with good people around you.
You said long, triple, and high are going to the Bryan Clay.
That's correct. Actually, Long Beach. They're going to Long Beach, yes, and which is Bryan Clay, I think. So Mount Sac, you had to have a full team to go, and we may do that next year, but we didn't know that when we entered, so we're just going out to Long Beach.
Let's see. So, what coaches are going?
Well, we just have Coach Hurston and Coach Murray. He'll take the distance runners. Coach Hurston will take the long, triple, and high, and then Coach Falcons will go to Oklahoma with the throwers. All the rest of us will be in Florida.
Vultures then going to Florida?
Yes, and Kentucky's got, Bradford will go, and Kentucky has an 18-6 guy, so there's going to be some pretty good competition, I think, for everybody.
Where's the team with injuries, and do you have any updates on the nagging, the tweaks that you're holding out this week?
Actually, we're really good. I don't know anyone we're holding out. Ruda and Anna Susanna and Best will compete next week at Baylor. They're doing great with their rehab and with coming along. We're just taking it really slow with them. But we don't have anybody that ran at Texas Relays, anything that I know of, that we're leaving at home. We're pretty healthy right now. In fact, we're healthier than we've ever been at this time.
With that being said, at Texas Relays, you didn't have the opportunity of running as many people as you want because of the amount of competition. With you splitting up, how does some of the younger athletes get an opportunity to make an impact and kind of see where they are?
Yeah, Florida was really good to us. They only allow 3 per event, but in certain things for us, they let us have 5 because we were coming, and so I really appreciate that. At Long Beach, they took everybody, and of course Oklahoma will take everybody, and it really makes a difference when you get to take the developmental kids, in a sense, that are trying to get there to see this kind of competition and to be a part of it. And some of them may not make a final, but they're gonna be in the war, what I call it, a lot of heat.
Why did Florida open that up? Is it just because they wanted to make sure that you guys came, or is it just a matter of, what?
Well, I don't think they're letting everybody do it. I think since we come this far, then they're allowing us some extra entries. But I think what happened, they had about 20 teams last year, and I think we have over 35 this year. And the performances were just so great that I think that's why people want to come back.
How would you assess the state of the throwing group heading into Norman?
Really good. Milan just came off her personal best ever, and actually nearly close in the shot and the disc, but for sure in the disc. And Field threw well, Devin threw well, even our other hammer throwers. They just didn't make the final out in Arizona, but I think this is going to be the real field. They're going to field the rings for Big 12, and that's a big difference, whether it's a real slick ring or whether it's a real rough ring. So they're just going to go out there and compete against mostly the Big 12 schools, I think. But I think the biggest important thing is just getting a feel for that facility.
Talking about Lynn, can you go back to just getting her here from Cincinnati and what she's provided to this group?
Yeah, she has just been incredible, and I'm just so proud of her. Going into her last year, I hate losing her. This will be her last hurrah this year, but she's just developed. Coach Falcon's done a fabulous job developing her, and he always does with the discus. That's his bread and butter. But she's really a solid performer in the shot put too. Great kid, very smart. Don't have any trouble out of her. As you know, she's very quiet, and polite, and meek. So just hope she can really have a great end of her senior year.
Fourth in the latest set of rankings. Where does this team rank in? You've been at Texas Tech for a couple of years. Where does this team rank among your best?
You know, on paper, it's probably the second best team we've ever had to our 19 championship team on the men's side. On the women's side, it's probably our second best team ever also. Once we get Ruta, once we get Anna Susanna, once we get those people healthy and get really rolling, we're going to be a national, much better nationally. And so I really think it's probably, if I'm being honest, it's our second best women's team, our second best men's team on paper. Now, potential is there to go better.
With that being said, you're up against time running out with being able to put up the marks. Who do you think still has marks yet to put up to qualify for regionals?
Well, the good thing is we haven't run our 100 guys yet. You know, Terrence and Courtney will both run the 100 this week on the men. Same thing with Rose. She hasn't run the 200. We've got a lot of events, quarter hurdles. There's so many events that even 17.6 pole vaulters that can go 17.10, they're going to make it. So, you know, really this week and next week in our home meet are real important to take the pressure off before Big 12 to get those marks. But I feel real good where we are. When you get good weather, you're going to see some good performances.
What relays are you running?
We're running the 4x1 men and women and 4x4 men and women. And we are going to try to run a good 4x4 men, which we haven't been doing, but we're going to try to run really fast.
Who are you thinking you'll put in that lineup?
You know, it should be Shamar Uder, it should be probably Oscar, and it'll definitely be Courtney and probably Caleb Dean, as I'm guessing would be that four. Be a good four.
The sprint relay, no surprise, but the sprint relay in Austin was really competitive, right?
Yeah.
Did y'all finish
Sixth, yeah.
sixth?
Yeah, we didn't have good handoffs. First time we'd run it. And it's going to be the first time we run it with this group because Adam Clayton will lead off, and we'll go to Courtney, and then we'll go to Debo on third, and then we'll anchor Terrence. We're going to put him on the end for the first time. So I'm really excited for this group to be together, and we'll probably start running this group together a little bit more just to try to get used to each other and to get those handoffs down really good.
So you've kind of been on your A game as of late. Like, what's going through your mind, like when you're setting your PRs and you're climbing the ranks in, I guess, Texas Tech history and your events?
Nothing much really. It's just like going out there, listening to my coach, and most of all, just having fun.
Plenty of competition in Florida this weekend. Just what's your mindset going into it, and how much are you looking forward to competing against the best, as Coach was?
I'll say I'm looking forward quite a bit. I thrive with the competition. Me mostly, it's just me running my own race, getting through the race, healthy, and just a guard. That's it.
Talked about being healthy, and Coach talked about a couple weeks ago that was kind of like the biggest thing. You needed to stay healthy for a long period of time. What do you attribute that to? This season you stayed healthy. Is it different recovery you've done, or is it just getting more rest simply?
I'll say basically learning from last season and applying it to this season. I was quite lazy with my warm downs. I wasn't really disciplined, so I kind of picked up on those this season. Try to do as much as I can to keep my body up to date.
How do you help the younger athletes be more disciplined and show them in a leadership role to help this team as a whole?
I'd say just simply to set an example. You know, if they see you doing it, then I think they'll just follow suit. So I think simple answers just set an example for everybody else.
And what do you think you've grown and has been your biggest strength so far this year? What do you still need to work on also?
My biggest strength is probably like being able to be relaxed during competition, and I'll say like something I really need to work on is probably trying not to be as serious like during warm-ups. You know, try to carry like that nice fun vibe for the team, not be too tense that like bring like energies out, bring down the team. So I'll say that's something I
Who's the one person on the team that when you're not performing that you look at and you go, wow, they're just, you know, takes your breath away?
I would say definitely my teammate from back home, Antoine Andrews. He really brings energy to the whole team. So I'll say him.
Terrence, Wentz said in Austin you ran first leg on the 4x1. This weekend he said his plans to put you on the anchor leg on the 4x1. Which one do you like the best?
I like the one with the least amount of exchange work. So it's either first or last. And I don't really care which order I go, or first and last, as long as it's those two.
Malin, what's been the difference this year in the way you're tackling and handling your throws this year?
I think this year's difference has been like just building confidence, because like after my first year at Tech, like that was the first time I made it to nationals, and like just working on drills so like I can go into meets more confident, really execute what we've been working on.
How will it feel getting the confidence of being able to be in the actual ring that you're going to be throwing at for Big 12s?
I think it would make it like a lot like less stressful, if that makes sense. Because if I go in the ring like with my confidence and not knowing like what I'm capable of, then I don't have to worry about too much and just like try to have fun.
So what is the confidence? Where is your confidence now? Where do you feel like you are? Do you feel like you're still needing to improve, or is it that you're feeling comfortable?
I think there's always room for improvement, especially like with such a technical event. Like you can mess up one thing and then try to fix the next throw and it could be better. But yeah, there's always room for improvement.
During your time here, who do you think on the team has maybe like brought the best out of you that once has gotten you to make your personal best along the way?
It's kind of hard. I feel like all my teammates are really like supportive, and like we're all like here, like we all want to like win, so like we all push each other. And then a big part is my coach. Like he makes sure like I get it down right, so that like I just get better and keep improving.
Is it like a mechanical thing or like a mental thing about getting that down right?
That's both, because like you have to know what you're doing. It's like to be able to like actually go and like do it. So I'd say it's both. Like he always says, like we need to train our minds in order like to go out there and compete.
What did the way last year ended with you finishing third at the NCAA? What did that do for you? Did you surprise yourself at all with finishing that high at the national meet? What did it do for you going forward?
I was actually really surprised because I was just really happy to be there, and then to be able to do that was really exciting. And then for this year, it just makes it like hopefully I can do that or even better.
Kind of on the note about developing here, how crucial was your development at Cincy, and obviously how you look now? How crucial is that?
I think it's just really different styles, if that makes sense. Like here, off season we lift 4 times a week, and for me personally, like I feel like I need it like more like really like technical and like I said, like training your mind and getting to know that. So I think that was the difference here. Like really just getting like my knowledge of throwing better.
When did you start throwing? Did you do it like middle school and high school?
I started throwing shot put in like 8th grade, and I don't think I started distance until 9th.
And when you were in the portal, how many schools or what schools did you here from it? Kind of what was your choice or decision?
It was really just between here, Oklahoma, and Tennessee. So, and then when I came on my visits and like I talked to coach and everything, and realized like how many like people he's like developed to like have national champions or like even be like All-American. So that was like a big like deciding factor for me.
With that being said, what's your favorite place in Lubbock to relax?
Favorite place in Lubbock to relax. Well, me being from Michigan, like I just like it not being still snow on the ground right now. So like later today, I'll probably like go chill by the pool with my teammates. That's pretty relaxing.
Coach talked about he wanted to see you end your college career off, on a high note. How important is that to you? Is that in your mind at all, or are you just focused on meet by meet, performing?
It's my mind a little bit because of course, like I know it's my last year, so I do want to like try to accomplish as much as I can. So it's in my mind a little bit, but like I still want to enjoy my time here, so not too much. It's still like a little bit of both, like meet by meet, enjoying it, having fun.
You mentioned being coming from Michigan. Did you and Kelly Johnson have close for y'all considering that's her background? She also came here and had a lot of success last year.
We didn't really know each other before. Out of high school, I had a visit at Michigan State, so I did see her there. And then when I was in the transfer portal and thinking about coming here, we communicated a lot. And then actually being her teammate for a year was really fun, especially with like how she ended and like she had a great year.
What do you want to do? What are you studying? What do you want to become career-wise?
Right now, I'm studying psychology, and kind of off of that, I want to do like something with the marketing business. So I'm applying to jobs for marketing.